it is important to recontextualize history and take it from the hands of those people who are intent in propagating a defeatist mindset. I'll give this a different twist altogether. If you read history textbooks on a regular basis, all you hear and all you read is, for the last 2000 years, or at least 1200 years, India's history has been nothing short of a monstrous defeat after defeat in the face of invasions. That is the only thing that you read. And when a child reads this over and over again from the, let's say, from the 5th standard to the 12th standard or the 10th standard, that means in his formative years, he is being told that he is part of a defeated nation, of a defeated community. And when that happens, it is bound to affect a sense of self-esteem. It reflects in your body language, it reflects in your approach to everything. Nobody wants to be told in this country, despite all these barbaric invasions, despite all the monumental and wholesale destruction and genocide that was meted out to the people native to this country, we are still here. Greek history abhi sirf kitabon mein hai. The original Greek history. Roman history is only in books. You've heard of this place called Constantinople in history. What is it known as today? Istanbul. What is known as the Royal Mosque in Turkey was previously the Hagia Sophia Church. You don't have a trace of African traditions and pagan roots. Has anyone been to Northeast Europe or Northwest Europe, the Baltic states? So I had the opportunity to go to Latvia, Lithuania, and Estonia. Of all the places that I chose for a vacation, I chose these 3 countries, the Baltic countries. For the simple reason that if you go to that place, आपको हिंदी कानों में सुनाई पड़ेगा, संस्कृत आपको सुनाई पड़ेगा, because one of the closest languages to Sanskrit is Lithuanian. One of the closest languages to Indo-European languages or Indo-Aryan languages is Lithuanian. What is the connection? Does it prove that we are all actually the santan of invaders, the Aryans? Or does it prove that log yahan se bahar gaye the? Have you read the recent news reports that the light complexion of the European is perhaps the contribution of an Indian who left this place 10,000 years ago? This news report came out 2 days ago. It was an Indian ancestor who contributed to the fair complexion of the Europeans. That is what the new study says. So we are fighting on complexion. We are fighting on who is an Aryan and who is a Dravidian, when there is a decent chance that as opposed to the Aryan invasion theory, you should be looking at out of India theory, that people left this place and went outside. Why is this important? Because people are asking for a Dravidian Nadu today. People are saying that 4 states in the south or 5 states in the south should form a separate country because they form part of the Dravidian language and the Dravidian culture, and they're not part of the larger Indian culture. That is the extent to which history is being used to drive a wedge between people. People who are saying that we may speak different languages, vesh bhusha alag ho sakta hai, everything can be different, but there is a common sutra that ties all of us, are being branded as right-wingers, as fascists, as people who are intent on thopifying one culture on everybody else. And those people who are saying, aap sab alag ho, आप एक दूसरे के साथ बात ही नहीं कर सकते हैं, and people who are giving, let's say, food and water to separatist ideologies are being pushed as people with a liberal bent of mind. So if anybody says that history does not play a role in any of these discussions, I'm sorry, I would genuinely call him a stupid fellow, because he's blind to what is happening right in front of him.